So we have a problem. One of our LED can lights keeps shorting out. How are we going to fix it?
Where's the tool?
What?
Where's the tool?
How are we going to fix it?
Where's the tool?
With a tool?
Yeah.
Okay, good idea. Let's fix it with a tool. What kind of tool?
A red one.
A red one? Oh, you're right. I do have a red tool. He's right. We're going to fix it with a red tool. So I'll show you what's going on there. See, that one's working just fine. This one works most of the time, but it also has problems. And I'll show you why. These dumb connectors are not very good. Oh, see, I barely touched it and now it's working. So it's just a loose connection with these stupid connectors. I could take some tape or zip tie and hold it together maybe, but it doesn't reliably work. And I'm just not satisfied with that connection. So I think we're gonna strip these wires and connect them with wire nuts. Good old fashioned way. Do something about that loose connection that's been a problem here for a while. Before I resort to using wire nuts on fixing this light fixture, I'm gonna try bending these little contacts in there. So see those little contacts, they were bent up right against that little orange piece there. But thanks buddy, let me take this little pen lid and see if I can bend it even more. You hold that for me? Thanks, buddy. Help me hold that, okay? See if we can bend that in the right spot. Oh, good job. Thank you. Thanks, buddy. Are you watching Shaun the Sheep?
I don't know what in the sheep.
You want to help me with this?
No, I want to wrestle.
Okay, we can go wrestle.
I wrestle on the toe.
You're wrestling on my toe? You're standing on my toe. Is that how you wrestle on my toes? You pin it down by standing on it?
Yeah, bow. Stomp.
By stomping on my toe?
Stomp, stomp, stomp.
Okay. When I first pulled this out, those little contacts were bent right up against the orange post. Maybe now that I've got a little better spacing there, maybe it will have a better contact now. So you can see there, this little pin here, I just took this little pen lid and pushed it in there like that. Kind of bend those contacts in place. I might not have to use wire nuts. I'm going to just bend these contacts down so they're in better contact. Maybe they'll have a more reliable connection, but this isn't the first time I've had a problem with this fixture. These dumb things need to be made better. They shouldn't come loose like that. Fortunately, in my house, it's not too difficult of an area to access, so the other thing I'm concerned about is because these wires are so short on this fixture that I'm a little concerned about cutting it and using wire nuts. I definitely will use wire nuts if this doesn't work, and I know that wire nuts will make a good connection. Plug it in.
Plug it in and turn on.
Plug it in and turn on the light.
All the bulb lights is working.
It's working when I plug it in at first.
Wow! Orange!
Nice and bright. So it's definitely got some light working on it. So let me get this fixture. I'm going to play with this a little bit first and see if I can get it to turn off now that I've bent those leads. No, that seems to have worked. If I kind of play with it and bend it and put pressure on this in different ways, it's not turning off at all. So that's a good sign. Maybe just that pen lid did the trick to improve those contacts. So I'm going to get the light fixture put back in place. It's hard to do with one hand. This connector had a loose issue, but maybe just bending those did the trick. Okay, got that on the contacts there, and it's looking good so far. I'll post in the comments how long this lasts, because again, this isn't the first time I've had issues with this light. I've had some times where the light will work for months and then all of a sudden out of the blue it'll just turn off. So don't immediately assume that your LED bulbs burn out, because sometimes it actually is more likely a loose wire connection than it is the LED burning out, because these are LED trims that are supposed to last a really long time. Unfortunately, people might think that their LED trim has burnt out when it's not really the bulb. It could be the wire connection. So before you replace your entire trim, you know, and spend that much money, check the wire connection first and play with it and try using wire nuts. If you can't bend this or fiddle with this around, rather than buying a whole new trim, assuming that the LED is burnt out, then try the wire connection first before you buy a new one, because it very often could be that loose connection. Save yourself some money.